Hello, caregivers. Hello, let's come on in. I'm just going to go over a few FAQs just to give you all some information behind my book, Raising Parents, Raising Parents. This is my book about caregiving. The reason why I was inspired to even write the book and finish it is because so many people are thrown into the caregiving role and there is no preparation, there's no warning or anything. You're just thrown into it. And it doesn't matter if you're caregiving for parents, for spouses, for children, pets, siblings, cousins, what have you. Everyone's going to be a caregiver, whether it's for like 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 years, 50 years. Everyone's going to be a caregiver at some point. And so the reason why I want to go ahead and write the book was, one, I have been a caregiver for my parents for about 20 years, since I was 10 years old, and I'm 38 now. And a way for me to just find some relief, to be like some mental therapy, just to get my thoughts and emotions out, I started writing my experiences down about 3 years ago. And as I continued to write and write and write, it turned out to be a book. And the reason why I even thought about publishing it is because, one, I have way too many testimonies in this book about how my family has overcame every sickness. Like, we've overcome 3 different types of cancers, heart disease, thyroid, high blood pressure, all the above. We have overcome it, and my parents are still alive. They're still here with me today. So I wanted to publish it because it's testimonies in here. And two, a lot of times caregivers are forgotten about. We sort of lose our own self-identity in being a caregiver. We're always, when people ask about someone, they're always asking about the loved one. Well, how is such and such doing? Or how is your mother doing? How's your father doing? How's your sister doing? But they never ask about the caregiver ourselves. And a lot of times we can be forgotten about because people expect us to care for our loved ones who are sick, or who are have a temporary ailment, or say they're recovering from like a bone fracture, breaking an arm, what have you. The caregiver gets lost. We forget about them. And there are plenty of support groups for those who have dealt with cancer, multiple myeloma, diabetes, heart disease, any kind of mental health. There's plenty of support groups for them, but not a whole lot for caregivers. So that was another reason why I wanted to publish this book, because I wanted caregivers to feel like they are seen, they are heard. All of their emotions that they go through is valid. There are times where they would feel selfish because they want to take out, a day for themselves, just to get their own affairs taken care of, just to run their own errands, just to make sure their self-care is getting taken care of. So I just talk about those different emotions in this book, and I want to make sure that caregivers have a safe space to feel what they feel, and that we can come together and say, okay, it's okay for me to take a day off. It's okay for me to be angry that they're sick, or that I feel that they're inconvenienced. It's okay. And I just wanted people to be comfortable in knowing that every task that they do for their loved one while they're being a caregiver is beneficial to the quality of their life. So it doesn't matter if it's just washing the dishes or having to give them a sponge bath. Every action that you do is helping to increase the quality of that person's life. And writing this book was hard. I am a technical writer. Which means I use a lot of data and research to validate the information. So in my own business, I create business plans and price strategies and price models and growth strategies. And I always have some data or research to back it up, to verify it, to make it valid. Like, no, I'm not just coming up with this at the top of my head. Like, no, this is historical evidence. This is statistical evidence. So I felt like, being a creative writer for my own memoir, I felt like that my words weren't valid, that my experiences weren't valid, because I didn't have any research or any data to back it up. I felt like I couldn't write a valid book on my experiences, because where were the numbers? Where are the analytics? Where are the statistics? Where's the historical data on there? And the Lord let me know that He gave me the words to write, and he gave me the talent to get it done, and that was valid enough. And so that was the hardest thing. It's like, oh, I don't think I'm qualified enough to put this book out. But lo and behold, I have 14 chapters in me. 14 chapters in me. So yes, this book has been a blessing to my life because it was therapeutic getting it done, but it also helped me to enlarge the perspective of who I am and what I can accomplish. And by completing this book and publishing it, that was an accomplishment for me because it's hard to do. In my opinion, it's hard to do. So that was my greatest challenge, is to get out of that mindset that I'm not valid enough in what I do or what I say or my experiences of being a caregiver. It's my story. It's my story. It's my experience. It's my perspective. And so that's what I detail in the book. Now, my perspective did change as being a caregiver. I looked at life differently. It wasn't so much as how much money can I obtain, but how can I live the best quality of life each and every day. It was more so about spending time with family, doing the things that I want to do, traveling, changing my diet, getting rid of beef, watching the fried foods that I eat. It changed my mindset because life is so precious. One day everything could be going extremely well. Another day you could be bedridden. Even if it's temporarily for the rest of your life, you could be bedridden, and you have to do what's best for yourself now in the moment, and you have to be appreciative of every experience that you have. Even having an illness, you can't just look at it, oh, this illness is my challenge, like this illness has become me. No. How do you navigate around it? How do you change your mindset to make it stronger, to say, okay, I'm not going to ask why am I going through this, but who am I supposed to be after this is over? Like, who am I supposed to be once I've overcome this situation, this illness? Even with my mental health, like, how am I supposed to use those tools and strategies to make sure I'm in my right mind all the time? So it did change my perspective of that. It helped me to not look at every negative thing and stressing over every single thing. God is sovereign. He's going to do what he wants to do. So just let it happen. But it's like, okay, what am I going to learn from this? How is this going to change for me to be a better person? And nowadays, when someone's mad, I know they're not mad at me. They're having a bad day. They're having a bad day. Something's going on in their life and I don't know. I don't have to know, but I still need to be kind to them. I don't have to have all this money, but I do need to travel. That's what I've learned. I do need to travel before you're not able to physically do it. Travel now before you're not able to physically do it. And my third perspective was just that I have to make sure I live my own life. Even as a caregiver, I can't live my parents' lives. I can't. They have lived their own life and they have created a life for me to live my own. So in my caregiving, I can't keep doing what's best for them over and over and over again. I have to make sure I do what's best for me too. I have to consider myself, do that self-care. So it's I can't live their life. I can only live mine. And I can't tell anybody else how to live theirs. I can only live mine. So that are some of the Q&As of why even with this cover, I did like this cover because it shows that, yes, raising parents at times, we may feel like we're raising our parents because they may not listen to us. We have to tell them to sit down, calm down, don't do this, don't do that, listen to us. We're trying to help you with your financial goals or what have you. They don't listen, they're hard-headed. But raising parents is like we have to lift each other up. Our families, our friends, our support system that we have around us, they're reaching out with their strength, with their encouragement, with their endurance, with their impatience to help us, our loved ones, live the best life that they can. So yes, caregiving is a service. It's like being a servant, but that is your call. Not every caregiver is called to caregive. Not every person is called to be a caregiver, and that is fine. That is fine. We all have different gifts. We all have different talents, and we have to use that to the best of our ability. So not everyone is going to be able to be a caregiver, but that's fine, because those that can will. And we take the time and we use that servant leadership, we use that servant heart to do what's best to improve the life of our loved ones while they're overcoming their illness. So having those fruits of the spirits and everything, that's what we have to encompass. We have to be the best caregiver that we can and not feel selfish if we decide to just take one day, one hour, one day for ourselves, just to give ourselves a break, because we do have to set boundaries. But this book is available on Amazon. You can go to Amazon, you can purchase it. You can get the hardback cover, or you can get the ebook. And I do have resources in there as well that help with like your mental health, where to find medical equipment. There are candles that we use, that we burn, that are good for our energy, and it helps to calm us and relax us, reset the atmosphere. Even for neuropathy, diabetic people with multiple myeloma, we do have health facilities listed in our book as a resource too. And these resources are the ones I have personally used as the author. And I'm still getting used to calling myself an author. That's different. That's kind of weird. That's new. So I'm still trying to get used to that. But I hope that this book helps caregivers to realize that yes, they are still important. They are still seen. And even when their loved one passes, I want them to feel comfortable, feel relieved that they were there to help their loved one live the best life they could. They help live their lives, basically be extended and be comfortable. So caregiving is not in vain. There are the good days, there are the bad days, there are the ups and downs. But we have to, whenever we have those high moments, like everything is good, everybody woke up on the right side of the bed, cherish those. And whenever you have those low moments, when it's down the valley, when nothing goes right, where all of our emotions, we get more bad news. Cancer has come back, it has spread, or what have you. We still need to be mindful that there is a reason, an overall reason why we're going through it, because it's actually blessing somebody else's life. It's actually a testament to somebody else. So those highs and lows, they're going to come, and it's okay to be angry. It's okay to fuss. It's okay to say, Lord, I'm mad at you. You can be mad at him respectfully. You can be mad at him, but let this book be a blessing to your life. But that is just a couple of FAQs, just a couple of reasons on why I wrote the book and published it and put it out and did a thing. I did a new thing. So I hope you all enjoy this. Reach out to us at dppublishing.club, dppublishing.club. Reach out to us there. We're on Instagram at CM Montclair, and that's where you can see all the updates, the videos, all the things that we do with the family. But be blessed in your caregiving journey. I've been there. I'm still doing it.